Shovel Knight is a great game. With its creative levels, terrific music and plenty of replayability, it's a thoroughly enjoyable throwback to the NES days. Like many other games of its ilk, the emphasis is more on the gameplay rather than the story. There is an intro that sets the scene, and little bits of dialogue scattered throughout, but for the most part, the story is rather bare bones, which is why the ending of Shovel Knight is such a pleasant surprise. After traversing some tricky obstacles, you finally come face to face with the Enchantress, who is actually Shovel Knight's old flame, Shield Knight, though has been possessed by an evil spirit. A fight ensues between the both of them, after which the spell over Shield Knight is finally broken. There's no time for a tearful reunion, however, as the Enchantress is still kicking and needs to be defeated for good, though this time she's much more powerful. Luckily, you don't have to fight her alone. The only way to win this battle is to work with Shield Knight, who allows you to attack her weak spots and even protects you from the Enchantress's spells. You really feel the connection between these two characters as they seamlessly work together to defeat this foe. It doesn't matter how many times you're told how close these characters are, as this battle says more than any line of text ever could. Once the boss battle is done, you're all set to ride off into the sunset, when the Enchantress suddenly decides that if she's going down, she's going to take the both of you with her. As Shield Knight blocks her attacks, Shovel Knight's rival, Black Knight, arrives on the scene, and at the behest of Shield Knight, carries him to safety as the tower crumbles around them. While the dialogue doesn't detract from the sequence at all, you could argue that it simply isn't needed, as we're told everything we need to know solely from the gameplay. Scenes in which a character sacrifices themselves for the greater good are hardly uncommon, but Shovel Knight succeeds in making the act both meaningful and imperative. In a previous video, I stated my love for a certain sequence in Knights of the Old Republic, namely the confrontation with Malik on the Leviathan, but there's always been something that bothered me about this level. Okay, so you engage Malik in combat, and for all intents and purposes, you win. Twice. But then the screen fades to black, and the story dictates that you actually lost, which is a little frustrating in and of itself. But then your master, Bastila, comes in and sacrifices herself so that you can escape.
I'll hold Malik off. You two get out of here. Find the Star Forge.
No, Bastila, he's too strong. No!
This sacrifice doesn't have an awful lot of weight to it, because as far as I'm concerned, I won that fight. A few more seconds and I could have ended this entire conflict right there and then. The game can outright tell you that you lost and have to leave, though I'm sure I'm not the only one that found themselves banging on the door, wanting another crack at the whip. In Shovel Knight though, they're able to strengthen the story by using the gameplay, while you were the one to deliver the actual blows. Only Shield Knight could withstand the Enchantress's attacks, so it makes absolute sense that she is the only one capable of holding her off whilst everyone else escapes. This game managed to make you care for and recognise the relationship between these two characters, and feel the pain and sadness of their separation using little more than a few minutes of gameplay. Many may have found themselves not really caring about the story or characters whilst playing, though the ending was able to leave a substantial impact on the player, as Shovel Knight is dropped off at his camp to recover from his wounds and, no doubt, mourn the loss of his love. Surprisingly somber stuff for what is essentially a fun, goofy NES throwback, but hey, it's at least effective. Oh.